What the heck, we hit 2,000 subscribers. Since we didn't do a Q&A last time when I hit 1K because I had technical difficulties, I'd love to do a special like Q&A finally. So leave all of your questions and spicy whatever down below, and I would love to incorporate them in a video. Make them funky, make them spicy, make them fresh. And let's start the video. Hey, and welcome to this video. My name is Nina, and today I'm coming at you with a very speedy speed build because it's very short because I was very indecisive and I had to edit a lot of this video. But we are going to be working on a transition area that is kind of going to be around my eastern Rivermouth, and it will be connecting sort of resident services. It's a bit off from resident services and the frozen lake that we built in another video. But without further ado, let's just hop right into it. So I'm starting out with terraforming this goddamn Rivermouth. It was a nightmare. It took me so long to figure out how I wanted this river to be shaped, whether I wanted a bridge, if I don't want a bridge, if it should be diagonal, if it should just lead across, like straight across. And it took a while for me to figure out. So there will be quite a few time skips. One for just because it took so long for me to figure this waterscaping out, and I had to edit a ton of it out, and it took me like 30 to 45 minutes or maybe even an hour, I can't remember. But there will be a time skip to when I actually finally made up my mind on how I wanted this river to be shaped. And then there will be two other time skips, I believe. For one, when the bridge will be built and some trees will be grown in, because we will need to plant some trees, and I had to do a lot of time traveling. So I will just show you how I planted the trees, or like figured out where I wanted them to be, and then just planted the little seedlings. And then when they are fully grown, so there will be quite a few time skips. I apologize if that's very harsh on your eyes, but that's just how it be sometimes, you know? That's just how it be. So now I finally figured out how I wanted this bridge to be, and I decided to have it lead diagonally across this river and kind of face outwards towards the beach, so that it just feels a little bit more open than running into the cliff that we built to the left side here, because I was also considering making it face the other direction so that you would kind of run into the tree stump and the cliff, but that just looked very weird. So I went with this one, and I'm really happy how it looks in the end. And then I just continued to kind of like shape the river and make it feel a bit more dynamic while still making it fit the bridge, which was very difficult because it was such a tiny little space. But I'm really happy how it turned out in the end again. And then I just went in and edited the river a bit more, because I like to make my waterscaping and my cliffscaping as well very like terraforming, I think you say. You don't say cliffscaping, do you? But I like to make them like very windy with a lot of curved edges, and just try to make it very dynamic and natural, so that it doesn't look so boring, you know? We need to spice it up a little bit. And then I started raising a cliff in front of this thingy that we just waterscaped, because I wanted it to feel like you are just taking a stroll through a forest, because on this cliff we are actually going to create a tiny little forest. Now I'm still not sure, you will see in the end. We will plan out for two inclines. I will only place the one that is leading down to here and not the one that is actually leading on top of the cliff, kind of from resident services, because I am not sure whether I would like this forest to kind of continue on top of the cliff for a little longer. So leave your suggestions down below. I'd love to hear from you. I'd love to hear your ideas, because you always help me out so with like such good ideas, and I very appreciate your help. It's very much appreciated, because you all are very creative and I need your help sometimes, you know, and my brain is not large enough to think of everything that I need to think of. Anyways, I then just continued on to the left side of this kind of fjord thingy, because I will probably never stop building fjords on this island. I feel like we have so many. We have 3 at this point, 2 of which are incomplete, including this one. We will not finish this fjord. We will kind of focus on the transition area and the Rivermouth. We will probably do this at another time. I'm not sure. Because I have an idea for build that we could do around it. So just, keep your eyes peeled for that. And yeah, we will be focusing on this little cliff that I'm continuing to raise up right now. And it was a bit difficult to figure it out because, again, it was a very tight space that we had to work around, and I still wanted to feel kind of natural. And it is right next to the peninsula, so I kind of needed to decide whether I wanted it to continue on to the peninsula or if I wanted it to kind of work around that, and we will do another peninsula build. I'm still not decided, so we will kind of just leave that up for a later future Nina to decide. But I kind of still wanted it to be a finished cliff for the end product, so that's what I'm doing right now. And then I will have a little time skip again where I filled all of this in because it was very time consuming. Yeah. And there we had another time skip because I had to place the bridge and the incline. I really love how it looks, and it flows very well because I'm really happy with the way that I kind of placed the incline and the bridge in front of each other. I think it looks very it's just natural, kind of like a natural windy little path that you would take a stroll through on like a winter forest. I don't know, I just think it looks very cute. And then I continued to kind of work around this waterscaping because it was kind of difficult to figure out again, because again, we had a very tight space between the fjord and resident services. And I wanted there to be like a tiny pond or the tiniest lake. So that's kind of what we are creating right now, and I'm only doing that now because I needed to decide how I needed to shape the cliff before I wanted to decorate it. So this waterscaping might change by the time that we will actually do the build. Look at did you just see, hold on, let me do an instant replay. Did you just see the dung beetle rolling the snowball? He was like zooming across. It looked so cute. It likes the sped up version. But continue on to the build. So I just worked out how I needed the right side of this river to be shaped to then also shape the cliff. And here you can kind of see me trying to decide where I wanted the incline to go, if there will be an incline in the end. But yeah, I'm just editing the cliff a little bit more, and then there will very soon... No, there won't be another time skip. We will be starting to plant the trees. So I'm very excited for that. And I think we are, again, very close to that because, God, I was so indecisive. I'm watching this with you, basically. And can you please make up your mind about that damn cliff edge? Jesus Christ, I should have probably edited that out, but then it would have been a 10-minute speed build, and that's just not my style, you know? That's not my style. Anyways, we are continuing on to decide where the trees are going to go, which is where I'm kind of digging up these holes to kind of visualize where I wanted everything to be. This will slightly shift by the time that they are grown in, because then it's easier, you know, to exchange them. There was the time skip for the fully grown trees. I just then, after I planted the seedlings, I went day by day to kind of get the different growth stages for the trees and skip another day, you know, like first to get the small ones, then the medium ones, the large ones, and the fully grown ones. And that's what I did. That's what I always do, because I am too lazy to, once I flatten an island, even though we didn't flatten this island, but I'm always too lazy to keep the trees, so I chop them down and then we need to replant them, which is very nice and time consuming. Anyways, I then went in and kind of laid out this very weirdly shaped wooden plank path, but it will look a bit better once we decorate around it. So don't you worry, it will all be fine. It will look a lot better. And yeah, I had to also plant these plumeria bushes, the new bushes. I'm not even sure if you say plumeria or plumeria. I don't know. I don't know. But I also then went in and kind of exchanged some of my previously planted plumeria bushes for some other bush seeds to just give it a little bit more variety. And for the final tour, we will also see the grown in bushes to, you know, let you know how everything looks in the end. Yeah, because I didn't want you to experience another time skip in one video, because that was just a lot on your eyes. I'm very, very sorry. Also, unpopular opinion, I don't know if it's unpopular, but I really like in winter, I really like how the kind of snow days look when it would usually probably like thunderstorm. I think it looks so cute, like the, I want to say muddy looking, gloomy looking sky, and then the snow. I don't know, it has something to it that just screams coziness to me. I don't know why. But anyways, while I was blabbering on, I started to create this little campfire situation, which I love so much. For some reason, I really like how the leaf campfire, I'm always gushing about that customization of the leaf campfire. For all of you who didn't know, the little thingy with the marshmallows, you can DIY a leaf campfire, that's what it's called, again, because I've probably just said that 5 times. You can customize that, and then it will have these marshmallows on the sides of it, which I think is very, very cute. And then I also put the plain, what is it called, the kind of like the fairy lights behind it, which I really like, the string light. I really like how that looks and kind of frames the whole area. And then on top here, I just wanted to go very simple but still make it feel cute and kind of fit the theme of like having a resting spot kind of while you're taking a stroll through a forest, and just have some chocolate, you know, someone pull up their shoes there, because obviously in winter you do not need your shoes once you start resting somewhere. You can just, you know, take them off, throw them to the side as you would do on like a cute little spring or summer picnic. When you're sitting on the blanket, you might take your shoes off. You obviously also do that in winter. Yeah, very nice, very nice. What was that? Very nice, very nice. But yeah, anyways, I just had to then also fill in the empty space with like flowers and weeds. I also love to incorporate these sugar, what are these? The sugar cane. What are these? Did I just say what are these? What are these? Anyways, I also really like incorporating the sugar. Why do I want to say sugar plums? Oh god, I was doing so well doing this voiceover, like talking about the actual build, and now I'm going off topic again. Very lovely. But I really like incorporating the sugar cane plants, because for some reason they feel like kind of like shelf grass to me. I still don't know if that's the actual word. We call it Schilf in German. So yeah, the kind of the grass that would grow next to water, like bodies of water, like a river or a lake or something. So I really like to incorporate these. And then I also had to implement some more rocks, and I decided to go and just sprinkle in some of these like stone custom design codes, and also add some garden rocks. And we will also be incorporating this flat garden rock, which I really enjoy. I think they just fit a river so well, a rocky edge of the river. I don't know, kind of like I did in like most of my builds where we incorporated water. I just really like how that looks. And then again, we also had to sprinkle in some decoy ducks, because again, wouldn't be one of my builds if we didn't have some decoy ducks. But yeah, then this is actually the end of the build. I really hope that you enjoyed this video. If you did, please make sure to like and maybe subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. You can also ring the little bell to be notified whenever we post whenever I post or stream. And yeah, thank you so much for watching again. I'm going to see you next time. Take care of yourself until then, and bye bye.